Hi, Karen with you today. Thank you so much for joining me. I have a scrapbook layout for Kitaholic's kits, and this is my first layout for April. And I am super excited to share with you what we got in our kit. I thought I'd give you another preview. And our mixed media kit this month has some wonderful Nuvo crystal drops in bright gold, ebony black, simply white, and also silver lining. And I'm really looking forward to using these, and I'm going to try few different techniques through the month as well, which I'm hoping will give you some inspiration. It will probably come as no surprise that we have the wonderful Cocoa Vanilla No Limits collection in this kit this month, and oh my goodness, I have to say, yeah, this kit is gorgeous. Steph's also added in some extras as well. So we have all the pattern papers from the No Limits collection with a couple of extras thrown in as well. We have one of the Simple Stories cardstock, which is that aqua sort of greeny colour there that was just before that beautiful star paper. And we also have an Echo Park pattern paper, which is that one right there with the flowers. And what I really love about how the kit's been pulled together this month is, although the No Limits collection is sort of been targeted, I guess, and talked about as being a relatively sort of boyish or masculine type collection, I don't really talk about genders when it comes to things like that. So if you've been following me for a while, you would know that I put flowers on everything, whether it's a boy or a girl layout. And I really love how not everything about this is about boys. It is definitely something that I think you can do any gender or any type of thing for your layouts. The pattern papers are absolutely stunning. I mean, look at that black stars there. I mean, it is just, I was a little, I will admit, I was a little doubtful when I first saw this collection. I liked the look of it, but I wasn't really quite sold on everything. Once I got it, I love it. The color tones that Cocoa Vanilla have developed, the blues and the yellows and that added to the black, oh, it is just absolutely perfect. And some of those pattern papers as well can also just be, they're almost ready made for a layout. Plonk a photo down, add a couple of stars, and you are done. And it will be a stunning layout. See, I'm going to rave. Now, we also get the No Limits ephemera pack. So I'm just slowly going through that for you. I'm sure most of you have seen that already. There's a lot of frames, there's rectangles, there's some squares, there's circles, so there's everything about the ephemera in that ephemera. The only thing I'm a little bit unsure of is what to do with the rockets. I'm not really a rocket type person, but I'm going to challenge myself and see what I can do. One of the favourite things of the collection is those gorgeous stars puffy stickers. Oh my goodness. I'll admit, off there is a box to the side of my desk here that has another version of this kit. I bought the entire collection when Kitaholic's kits had their pre-order, and I have multiple packs of those stars because I just knew I was going to love them. We also get some Pink Fresh enamel dots this month as well, and they are perfectly matched with some of the color tones in the collection as well. And for some added interest, we've got some Simple Stories ephemera, and that's going to be perfect for just adding in that little bit of different color tones as well. There's a little bit of mustardy yellows and some pinks and things like that. So I'm really going to have some fun creating with this kit this month. You're going to love it. I assure you, you're going to love it. I'm going to leave the links in the description box below so you can check out the store and check out what it takes to be a subscriber, and you will absolutely love it. All right, so the reason I'm here today, let's have a look at the layout that I've drilled together for this one. So with any collection, when I first get it, I have a look and go, right, what am I going to use? How am I going to start this? Now, I often start with fussy cutting, and I didn't do that this month. I decided the papers were going to be where I started my inspiration. And I had this cute photo of my nephew, which we took a few months ago when we were all up on the Sunshine Coast, and this is for breakfast. And I thought, we've got a little bit of dark shirt here, and I really loved that patterned paper with that grungy feel on the outer edges, and it's got a brick type print in the middle as well. And I thought, this is perfect. I'm going to grunge it up. And I haven't done a grungy layout for quite a while. So I thought I was going to have some fun. I'm going to do something a little bit different with the Nuvo drops for this one as well. So yeah, I'm hoping you get a little bit of inspiration from this one today. What I've also done there, a little hint or a prompt that I got from a wonderful friend of mine, and how she sort of gets ready for a layout, and she starts putting some ephemera just to the side, just to go, I'm going to use these pieces only, or at least cull them down so I'm not searching through everything all the time. And gosh, that absolutely works. So I can tell you that tip absolutely worked. I feel a lot more calmer and I don't feel like I'm just constantly going through ephemera looking for what I want to use. All right, so on the page here, I have not gessoed my patterned paper here, but I am going to put some ink. I am using Distress Oxide in Mustard Seed, which I also got from the store in a recent purchase that I made. And I've just popped my stamp onto my mat and added a little bit of water. And I'm going to just paint this on with it's about a 2-inch brush, maybe 1.5-inch brush. It's a little bit wet because I'd forgotten to take it out of the water overnight. So I am right now trying to dry that a little bit as this is progressing on. I've realised why you can see nothing happening there. And I'm just painting on to the background there randomly. I know I'm probably going to have the layout more focused on the right-hand side. So I am focusing sort of the heavier hand on that right-hand side. But I do want to cover quite a little bit and just have a few of those areas just blank as well, because I'm starting to think of where I'm going to put my patterned paper. So this is what I thought I would try to do with my Nuvo drops. So I'm using here a stencil that we got in a previous mixed media kit. This is a stencil from the Vicky Booten Fernwood collection. And I just drop over the stencil some of the Nuvo crystal drop and slide it on through with a spatula. That spatula also came in a previous mixed media kit as well. So I'm all about Kitaholic kits today. And I love how this turned out. I was a bit nervous about it. I wasn't sure how it would go through that stencil, and I didn't practice it beforehand. What I really loved about it, it was smooth, ran through the stencil really well, and it gives a really glossy feel to it as well. So just to cover off and get as much as that Nuvo drop as well, I also turned my stencil upside down and just patted that around the page. So that is pretty much it. And I think that looks pretty grungy without a lot of effort. So I really love how that turned out. One tip, I wasn't sure how the Nuvo drops would go being on my stencil for very long. So I did go and wipe that off and wash my stencil very, very quickly because it will dry quite hard and I didn't want that to happen. I don't do that very often with my stencils, but I would definitely recommend if you try this technique, make sure you straight away pop it in some water, pop your stencil in a bowl of water, or go and wash it straight away. All right, so because I've made that background quite busy now, I didn't really want to do too much in terms of the papers and ephemera. But of course, it is me, and there is definitely still quite a bit of ephemera on the page as we move forward. So I took a deep breath as well because I thought I want to have some teared paper, patterned paper. And this being the first layout, I always go, am I absolutely tearing into the right one, or do I want to ever use this one as a full piece or whatever? But I decided no, I was going to bite the bullet and take my tearing skills to these ones. So I've torn down some of the yellow. I don't know the names of the pattern paper, sorry. I've torn down that beautiful musty yellow and also some of that gorgeous pattern paper with the black with the white stars. And I thought that would be a really good contrast with Oliver's shirt that he has on as well. I do pop that up on some foam because I want to give some real dimension to this page. And I do actually add foam to quite a number of the ephemera pieces as well, just to give it further dimension. So I make sure that because I've got so much of that Nuvo drop and paint on this as well, I am sticking down my pieces today with liquid glue. I would definitely recommend doing that for any time you do a layout with mixed media or inks or wet or anything that's wet. You'll find that if you use your tape, it will not stick for as long, or it'll probably fall off within a day. That certainly has been my experience in the past. I'm using the Nuvo glue at the moment, and it is absolutely, I've been trialing recently that and the Scotch tacky glue in a fine liner bottle, and the Nuvo glue is absolutely winning that race right now. It is my preferred glue at the moment. So I'm just trying to have a look here because I've made it quite grungy and I've got quite a few angles here. So they've got that straight line as well as part of that that paper. I do want to soften some of it up. So I'm putting some angles with the stars and the rectangles, but I've also got one of the circle cutouts from the ephemera pack just to give it a bit of a softer edge. And that sort of gives it a throwaway to the black pattern paper as well, because where I sort of tore that in an angle, sort of a circular type motion. And I want to add some circles to the page as well, just to break up a little bit of that sort of stark edging that was starting to appear on the layout. I hope that makes sense. So I've put one of the beautiful, gorgeous stars from the ephemera pack as well on that one. And what I really love about the stars in this pack is that the ones that are open, they're quite thin, so they can be a really subtle look. It's not taking over the page. So yeah, those stars are fantastic from that ephemera kit. And I have popped up the little tag on the right hand side as well that says you're the best. And I've just got that journaling dot there, which, me, I don't write, so I had to find something to put on that. And I found some of the arrows, and I thought they would be perfect as a point over to Oliver. And I've got that little tag there that says Total Legend. I love the ephemera pieces in this pack and some of the sayings, particularly the word phrases that are in the sticker sheet as well. There's some really different ones that you don't see very often. There is always the stock standard ones, but there's certainly a couple that you would never normally see. So you will have lots of fun with those ones. I do finish off the layout with some black cotton as well. I just popped up some on the top there and then again down the bottom. It's a very subtle touch. I decided I just wanted something just a little bit extra for some more texture, but it didn't need to have a color or anything like that. When I was finished, as always, I found something that I missed, and off camera I do place a heap of white splatters as well. If you've watched me regularly, you know that I absolutely love putting white splatters on everything. Just showing you there some of the dimension on the page, and I really love how this one turned out. So here is the finished product, and I've got a couple of close-ups for you as well. Now, if you are already a subscriber, make sure you're sharing what you're up to within our group. We love it when you do that. And if you're not, please join us at our Kitaholics community group on Facebook as well, and you can see what we're all up to from there. Well, as always, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you spending some time with me, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.